Hey guys, what's up? Um, wow. So there's a lot that's going on with this country. That's all I could say. It's like our country is slowly turning into Gotham City, or you're living a real life GTA video game. And that's not a good thing. It's not. Because it's in GTA is constant chaos. And who wants to live through that? Okay. California inmates receive jobless benefits in scam that may be the largest fraud of taxpayer dollars in state's history. Wow. California's system for paying unemployment benefits is so dysfunctional that the state approved more than $140 million for at least 20,000 prisoners, local and federal prosecutors said Tuesday, detailing a scheme that resulted in claims filed in names of well-known convicted murderers like Scott Peterson and Cary Stayner. From March to August, more than 35,000 inmates were named in claims filed with the California Employment Development Department, with more than 20,000 being paid, according to Sacramento County District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert. At least 158 claims were filed for 133 death row inmates, resulting in more than $420,000 in benefits paid. It involves rapists and child molesters, human traffickers, and other violent criminals in our state prisons, Schubert said. The list includes Peterson, who was sentenced to death after being convicted of killing his pregnant wife following a trial that riveted the nation. The California Supreme Court recently overturned Peterson's death sentence and has ordered a lower court to review his murder conviction. Schubert confirmed there was a claim made in the name of Scott Peterson, but declined to provide further details. Peterson's attorney, Pat Harris, said while Peterson's name surfaced during the investigation, there is no evidence Peterson received unemployment aid from the state. This investigation, when it's completed, will show that he had not a thing to do with any kind of scheme to get fraudulent benefits, Harris said. Schubert listed a number of inmates there who had claims filed in their names, including Stayner, convicted of killing 4 people in or near Yosemite National Park in 1999, Susan Ebanks, a San Diego woman convicted of shooting her 4 sons to death in 1997, Isharo Augury, who was sentenced to death for the 2013 murder of 8-year-old Gabriel Fernandez in Los Angeles, and Wesley Charmantine, part of the duo dubbed the Speed Freak Killers, for their meth-induced killing rampages in the 1980s and 90s. Prosecutors said their inmates would talk about how easy it was for everyone to get paid. Dummies. They said the scheme always involved someone on the outside, usually friends or family members of the inmates, who would then receive the benefits. In Kern County, home to 5 state prisons, one address was used to receive benefits for 16 inmates. In my nearly 4 decades as a prosecutor in this state, I have never seen fraud of this magnitude, Kern County District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer said. In some cases, inmates used their real names, and others they used fake names and even fake social security numbers. In one instance, an inmate used the name Poppy Britches, Schubert said. Quite frankly, the inmates are mocking us, Schubert said. So far, 22 people have been charged in San Mateo County, including 6 people who were not in prison. Prosecutors said dozens of their investigations across state are continuing. Well, what's the point of being involved in this scheme, and now you have to go spend almost the rest of your life in prison? Prosecutors blamed the Employment Development Department, which has been overwhelmed by more than 16.4 million benefits claims since the pandemic began in March, resulting in a backlog that at one time totaled more than 1.6 million people. But prosecutors said in its haste to approve benefits, the department did not check unemployment claims against a list of prisoners as many as other states do. San Mateo District Attorney Stephen Wofstate said that when he notified the department about inmates fraudulently receiving benefits, they told him they could not cut off the payments until there were formally charged with a crime. The problem was so bad that on Monday, 9 county district attorneys sent a letter to Governor Gavin Newsom asking for him to intervene. We face a manifest problem that requires actions, not talk, said McGregor Scott, U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of California. Employment Development Department spokesman Lori Levy said the agency has been working with Department of Labor's Office of Inspector General on cross-checking claims with inmates, saying they are pursuing how to integrate such cross-matches moving forward as part of an intensive prevention efforts during this unprecedented time of pandemic related to unemployment fraud across the country. In an email to the Associated Press, Newsom called the fraud absolutely unacceptable. He said he first learned of the fraud earlier this year, which prompted him to order the department to review its practice and take immediate actions to prevent fraud and to hold people accountable. Newsom said he has ordered the Office of Emergency Services to set up a task force to assist prosecutors with their investigation. While we have made improvements, we need to do more, Newsom said. Correction, the story has been corrected to say that Cary Stayner killed 4 people in or near Yosemite National Park. To show 20,000 or 35,000 claims were paid, and to accurately spell the last name of the convicted killer, Wesley Shermantine. I truly do think that we have a shadow government that knew what they were doing with this COVID-19. Okay. And they have people in place to make sure things go wrong, because they're slowly and surely bringing down the country, bit by bit, piece by piece. And if Gavin Newsom knew about the fraud earlier this year, why didn't you do anything about it? It's coming out 6 days ago. It hit the press. If you knew about this shouldn't have come out 6 days ago. I'm just wondering, So far, Gavin Newsom shows that he is somebody that is, not competent to run, California, because he's the one putting in all these restrictions with the coronavirus. Only 10 people could, gather together to be with family. Yet you see him pictures at a dinner table at a closed-off fancy restaurant with more than 10 people, more than a 10 people capacity that he declared to have on everybody else. Okay. And I love how he did that reparations thing with California. How it's just basically to just study if, blacks in California are actual descendants of slaves. But you will get no money from it. And, it clearly says that, but you have blacks cheering for it. What a crazy world we live in. And the people who are selected. Elected. Can't say that. What's up, Low Key T? How you doing? All I could say is, people, we have to make provisions and make plans, because things are going to get worse, and businesses are falling apart. People are getting mugged. Okay, people are getting shot. You had a woman, 70-year-old woman, sitting on a bus, and she was shot in the face by a stray bullet. You have one person died, 6 wounded in a Sweet 16 after party. You had a Latino woman who was thrown onto train tracks, but she survived. The train ran over, went over her, but it didn't kill her. Just minor injuries, by the grace of God. This country's falling apart slowly and surely. Okay? people are still having sweet 16 parties. We're in a pandemic. People don't. It's a combination of things. All right. The government knows what it's doing. A deep state, and deep state's the shadow government. JFK talked about it. So you want to call me a conspiracy nut, go ahead. But JFK talked about it in his speeches, so you could call him a conspiracy nut too. Actually, many presidents talked about secret societies and shadow governments, and that's what's really running the country. And they're showing themselves more and more. Okay, tearing down, letting things fall apart so they could bring about their new world order. And this COVID-19 situation is the perfect way to do it, especially during the holidays where people are not going to listen to restrictions and they're going to go see their family members because they're tired of being cooped up inside the house. I know what it's like because I've had COVID-19. I got over it, but it really did feel like I was in prison, being cooped up all day. All right, so enough about me ranting. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, later.